Hello, I'm back. What up, people? It's your boy Chig from Kuna Eagle Eye, coming to you again with a brand new video. This time it's Eagle Eye, a transfer rumor show where I talk to you about transfers relating to the Arsenal. I've been meaning to bring this back for a few days, but today I decided I'm going to get on my video making mode. So this is my third video of the day, 2 on Chig Flicks, 1 on this channel. Big up to everyone that is watching this probably on the playback because I am coming to you late. In fact, as I record this, it is 13 minutes before Christmas. So I better say this ahead of time. Merry Christmas to everybody. And if you don't celebrate, I refuse to say the term happy holidays. It's Christmas, damn it. It's Christmas. Goodness gracious. But even if you don't celebrate, please enjoy the time that you do spend with your friends, family, loved ones, and what have you. All right, let's talk about the lead story today, and that is Dominik Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai. It's not Lee, Sly. He is the RB Leipzig. No, I've already got that wrong, haven't I? Is he RB Leipzig? Hold on. Gosh, you'd think I'd be better prepared with this. Hold on 1 second. But anyway, he is the 19-year-old midfielder. You may remember me reporting on this guy in the summer. I did speak about this guy in the summer. That's it. Red Bull Salzburg. I knew that felt wrong when I said RB Leipzig. A Red Bull Salzburg midfielder, 19 years old. He's Hungarian, and he's supposed to be the next big thing. I remember when we were being linked to him, obviously at the time he was 18 years old. And, people were deeming him to be linked with Real Madrid, and not just Real Madrid is collecting a youngster and doesn't know what to do with that youngster. But no, actually it's a Real Madrid type of player who would go into the team and actually add quite a lot to the team. He's a central midfielder, plays in the Granit Xhaka role already. But yeah, he's supposed to be really, really good, really, really good. And I've seen him, particularly since we've been in the summer, I've seen him work full of assists from midfield, but I'm more about general influence. He plays the number 8 role to its actual standard. He's one of the players who dictates the play in a very Santi Cazorla type of role. Very, very technical. Very. Sorry. Play on the left-hand side. Although he's 2-footed, he can play with his left foot as well. So he can play. He is predominantly a central midfielder. Can play as an attacking midfielder. See him as a Ozil. Actually, for me, I see him as a replacement for Granit Xhaka. Obviously, as we know, Granit Xhaka is being linked at the moment with heavily linked to the. I could see it being true. I think it would happen in January. And I think sort of thought process of Arsenal with regards to Dominik. So obviously you're wondering, all right, well, what's the one condition? So Arsenal will move for Dominik in one condition only, and that's if other teams make serious play for Dominik Szoboszlai. Scouted him for a long, long time now. They've had a lot of extensive reports on him. Arteta has come in. Obviously, he's being briefed with a lot of primary targets that Arsenal will look to move for predominantly in the summer, but also in case they do need to move for someone in January. And this is a player that even Arteta likes quite a lot. So I do expect there's something to happen around. Expect it thoroughly in January. He is a very, very good player. Very, very good player. And yeah, I think you should he make that move to Arsenal eventually. I don't support it. Forget the fact that I can't remember the team he plays for, but I have seen him play a few times, and he does his thing. He does his thing. I think he's a good player. So yeah, Dominik Szoboszlai is the first rumor I'll talk about. The second rumor, as you guys have mentioned, is Dembele, the Lyon striker, for being linked to the move to, obviously, unless you've been living under a rock. And over the past rumors wanting to buy Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Obviously, that's a lot of goals to lose. And Dembele is the sort of striker that scores goals wherever he is. Now, some might point to the fact that, all right, but you're talking about France and Scotland. It's not exactly the higher echelons of tests. But I think sometimes when you know, regardless of the level, and, you know, I think many people actually just and he's a player that a lot of people like. I don't think a lot of people have heard me really speak about Moussa Dembele. I think people just assume that I didn't rate him, which I don't know why. I honestly don't know why. I think he's a good player. Can play anywhere on that forward line, mainly as a centre forward. 23 years old. The only problem is that he plays for Lyon. And the last time we tried to buy a striker off Lyon, whew, that was a struggle. We know what their outfit is like. They are the French version of Daniel Levy. Expect very easy, but he's a good finisher. Does have some weakness in the sense that he's not holding people. At the moment, I believe he has 11 goals this season. I feel like he has more, though. I feel like the thing I'm looking at isn't accurate. Okay. So he has 13 goals all season, apparently. I'm going to say apparently, which ain't bad for this stage of the season. I'm Aubameyang, to be fair. So he's obviously doing his thing. And yeah, from my perspective, he's a player that I think, especially 23 years old, so get a Pepe in there, maybe you might really get better. Martinelli and Pepe behind a Denton. It really could be something. So let's see. Anything else? I promise I'd talk about the story, right? I'm not going to poo-poo this right now. So there's obviously big rumors about the fact that Arsenal have for Wilfred Ndidi. Now, if you had just told me that alone, I would have been like, Wilfred Ndidi. I mean, come on. Hold on 1 second. You can't understand what I'm saying. Hello. Could you not understand what I'm saying? Sci-fi is weak, bro. You know, the only irony of it is I am paying for literally the strongest Wi-Fi. The absolute strongest Wi-Fi. So the fact that it's weak is hilarious. This let's see if this helps the lag. I'm literally going to close every window I have. All right? Does this help the lag? You guys tell me if the lag has been helped now. Right. So yeah, let's get on with it now. The lag laugh is real. Okay. I completely lost my flow now. Granit Xhaka. So supposedly we're being linked to the move for Wilfred Ndidi. Now, if you told me, by the way, big up to 2-day shifts. I knew I missed a donation. That's why I scrolled up. So yeah, thank you for that. Appreciate it. If you told me that we just offered money for Wilfred Ndidi, I would have laughed anyway. Was Pornhub open, chick? How did you know? How did you know? It's good now. Good. See? Just had to close a few windows. I had about 18 tabs open. That's the reason for it. So apologies. Yeah, so if you just told me that Wilfred Ndidi we were offering 70 million for Wilfred Ndidi only, I'd have been like, yeah, we've got no chance of buying him. The story got more ridiculous. So supposedly, Arsenal have put a cheeky bid of 40 million plus Granit Xhaka for Wilfred Ndidi. I mean, I'm not being funny or nothing. I'd be disappointed in Leicester if Leicester accepted such a thing. I'd be disappointed in them. Like, bruh, really? Are you that dumb? Are you that dumb? I would love Wilfred Ndidi as part of it. I would love him, but Leicester would be a fool to take Granit Xhaka, especially because anyone with a brain would say to yourself, "Hold on, why on earth are Arsenal trying to get rid of Granit Xhaka if it's that good?" So, plus, I'm not being funny or nothing. I like Wilfred Ndidi. He might think to himself, well, why would I go to Arsenal? I mean, let's be real. I know we're the bigger team, but right now, Leicester are on the up and up. I don't know what we're doing. So, from my perspective, I don't know why Wilfred Ndidi would even want to come. As soon as I saw that story, I ain't going to lie to you. This is why I didn't really comment on it too tough. I put my initial reaction to the story on Twitter, but outside of that, I was just like, all right then, bullshit. It is officially midnight, so Merry Christmas to you all, whether you celebrate or not. And just have a good day with your family, at the very least. So yes, officially Merry Christmas. Okay. Three transfer targets that Arteta supposedly has for the summer. This is the final story that I'm going with. Merry Chigmas. I knew someone would say it. Thank you, Martin. Appreciate it. So apparently Mikel Arteta has told Arsenal he wants to sign 2 central defenders and a defensive midfielder. I like this brother already. Now, this is going to be interesting because we've obviously already signed William Saliba. But there is no recall option for William Saliba. So Mikel Arteta still wants to sign 2 central defenders and a defense. I already like this guy. We just got to force that shit through now. But yeah, supposedly he wants a DM and 2 central defenders. There is a belief that we are after Upamecano, but obviously the £70 million price tag is putting people off. We've obviously inquired, as I've just said, for Wilfred Ndidi. And there's obviously Granit Xhaka and Lucas Torreira both being linked to Arsenal exits. By the way, I can't see them both being allowed to go in January. I'm hoping it's Granit Xhaka that goes rather than Lucas Torreira. I mean, I don't mind Torreira going either, but at least I hope he stays till the summer. So yeah, it looks as though that is what Arteta is after. 2 central midfielders, and 2 central midfielders, 2 centre backs, and a defensive midfielder. So he's obviously looking to shore up the core of our team. We've needed that since, for how long now? 10 years at least. So yeah, I think if he's identified that very quickly, I mean, obviously, I don't know if anyone's seen the clip. It was on my Twitter where he was doing a little drill with Granit Xhaka. It was like, Xhaka, like he was trying to instruct him, you need to move the ball quicker, move it quicker. So you can see he's probably identified what the issues are. You know, he identified it from an opponent point of view, but he's now working with a team. So I don't think if he's as sharp as people are saying that he is, it won't take him long to figure out what the issues are on the team. So it'll be interesting now. It's kind of over to Raul and Stan and Josh. Are you going to back him? You've bought your man in. This is your guy. So you're going to back him with some dough now. Because I'm all for, and this is the thing, for me, I'm not unreasonable. I agree. I don't think January is necessarily the best window to do anything in. But I think when your team, which is supposed to be competing for fourth, is languishing in 11th, forget what you're supposed to do. You do whatever it takes to get your team back up there. And if it means spending 50, 60, 70 million to get 3 players in, so be it. You know, I can't see us going to get Upamecano, but go and get a defender in. Go and get a decent defender in. Go and get a decent DM in. To me, I think these are no-brainers, so we'll see what happens. And that's pretty much it in terms of stories at the moment. To be honest, there are more, but I figure I'll cover them on Boxing Day. Now, obviously, I've done 3 videos, 2 on this channel, 1 on Chick Flicks. Go to the Chick Flicks channel, check that out. Big up to 2D Shifts once again. I heard he wants a DM and 2 centre backs and a backup right back to replace Kolasinac. Kolasinac's a left back, bro. And Granit Xhaka from my source at Arsenal. Oh, you got a source now? Got a source, yeah? Is it from Heinz? So yeah. LeBron James. Next. So yeah, I think for me, I'm happy that we're being linked with that type of player. That's the sort of player that we need to be linked with, this Dominik Szoboszlai. I'm happy that, you know, Arsenal seem to be targeting our defense and our core of our team. So it's all about seeing where we carry that forward and how we carry that forward. And, you know, if the board will back Arteta, because we need it. We need them to back Arteta heavily. So, yeah, that's all for now in terms of stories. I'm going to catch 5 minutes of you guys before I get off to bed. It is Christmas morning after all. So, yeah. What are you guys saying? Please do leave it in the comments below. If you're watching this live, as I know 80 of you are at the moment, please do just bombard the chat room and I'll be able to read your comments off before I get up out of here. I'm just trying to see at the moment, that's why I'm still looking at my phone, if there's any other stories I've missed. Stuff about training session, the Moussa Dembele I've just covered, backroom staff. Yeah, I suppose Arteta has confirmed his backroom staff at the moment. The names of which are Steve Round, who's going to be coming in as coach. Obviously, he was a former coach at Everton and United at some point. Steve Round. Did I say Steve? Yeah, I said Steve Round, right? Steve Round, so he joins as coach. Inaki Kanya Pavon, who's the Brentford goalkeeping coach. He's coming to work with our current goalkeeping coach, which is Sal Bibao. So we're going to have 2 goalkeeping coaches. And the other person is Albert Stuvenberg. Stuvenberg is Dutch. I know that he worked previously at Man United with Louis van Gaal, and he currently works as a coach with Ryan Giggs. And he's going to keep that job as well while doing the Arsenal job. And of course, Freddie is also going to be the coach. So yeah, I think for me, the good thing about this is that at least Arteta surrounded himself with experience, because I think a lot of us were concerned, and still are concerned in some ways, that he hasn't got a lot of experience himself as a coach. Is he going to be able to make those important decisions? But he seems like he's at least surrounded himself with experience, so that's good. Chig, I hope Arteta brings in young Phil Foden to replace Mesut Ozil. Would you get Isco at Arsenal? We need a number 10. I would love Isco at Arsenal, but the money it will take to get him, I think we could probably apply that elsewhere, like defense. Jeremiah, is Freddie the assistant coach? Seems like a square peg in a round hole. Yeah, but if you think about it, technically they all are assistant coaches because Arteta's the head coach. So, Dries Martins, yes, you are right. Before I come on to Dries Martins, let me thank TD Shifts for another generous donation. Thank you, my bro. To give Arteta competition, apparently Arteta believes that Bellerin has got a little complacent and needs competition. That's why he wants a right back to replace Kolasinac. That's where I meant in the source info. Okay, fair enough. Thank you for the donation, mate. I appreciate it. I'll just highlight that comment as well. Okay. Dries Mertens is the final story. I did remember reading this yesterday. So we're being linked with Dries Mertens. He's obviously 32 years old. He plays for Napoli, but crucially, he's out of contract at the end of this season. And obviously could be available in January at a super knockdown price. What's my feeling on this? To me, no thanks. We're not a retirement home. And, for me, I think he's a good player. I was never overly impressed with Mertens, even as a young'un. I think he's going to turn 33 soon. And I feel like, once again, if we have very limited funds, I would rather it's focused on our defensive side of this game because we leak too many goals. So anything that can be focused on our back line is where we should be spending money. That's just my opinion on that one. We can figure out the more exciting signings in the summer, but the defensive ones is where I want some application to. So let's see what happens. All right, guys. Let's do a couple more minutes and I'm out of it. A couple more minutes and I'm out. Yeah, our fullbacks are a big issue. So unfortunate that Tierney's out. Yeah, I agree. I'd quite like to see us go and get Max Aarons, but I think even Max Aarons at this point is going to cost a lot of money. I see that being more of a summer deal, particularly if Norwich go down. Then I could see us going to get someone like a Max Aarons. We need younger players. Mertens is weak. We need a centre-back as priority. You'll stay in Italy, I think. Me too. I think he'll stay in Italy as well. Do you know what I mean? We're not in retirement. I literally just spoke about this, bro. Just spoke about this. George the Eaglestone. Merry Christmas, everyone in chat. Merry Christmas to you, George, mate. Hope you have a good one. Chig, we will fix the defense and our attack will be gone. It's the cycle of the past 10 years. Jeremiah, when have we ever fixed the defense? Let's be real here, bro. Let's be real here. Thank you, George. I see your comment. Thank you. Aaron is 19. He is lit. Aaron Saliba, Upamecano, Tierney. What a defense. Gosh, people are too in love with this Upamecano. Guys, I'll be shocked if Arsenal say, Rago, let's go and get Upamecano. I don't see it happening. I think people need to just temper this expectation. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I guess I'm not overly fussed because I don't think he's that good anyway. I think he has the potential to be very good, but at the moment, I don't think he's that good anyway. And for 70 million, I feel like we could get a better defender for that. Like Jonathan Tah, good example. Would I take Kevin Volland, Chig? Trying to remember who that is. I feel like I should know this person. I feel like I've seen this person. Retirement FC is done. Yeah, man. We need to stop that. You know, from Lichtsteiner to David Luiz now, we need to stop that. Let's send the right message. The past 5 years, we became a retirement home for big club rejects. Canute is a better Ben. I've been saying this. I think he's a better defender. I really do. I think that Upamecano is more combative and he's stronger. So I can see why he's highlighted, because when you think about physical presence, he's quite a wedge, stocky guy. Whereas Canute is a taller guy, but he's a little bit thinner. But he's more clever. I like my clever defenders. Don't get me wrong, I like my strong defenders too, but I like my clever defenders. That's why I think he's a better. I've said it from day one. I think Canute is a better defender, and he's slightly younger than Upamecano as well. Presence, blood. 1 more minute, I'm out of it. Please do crush the like button. Crush the like button, silly. Please do stick a like on this video. And please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. I am going to do a video tomorrow, but I'll be back on Boxing Day. Well, update you on more transfer news. I'll update you on, of course, me and Lee will be back doing a review and player ratings of the game, where hopefully we'll be discussing a win. Chig, you should go in as our centre back. Bro, roll back the years. If I was 10 years younger, 10 stone lighter. Chigs, I lost my baby brother at 54 years old, went to sleep and never woke up. So life is very precious, son. Merry Christmas. That's so sad. Thank you, Alex. Wow. It's a real sobering message on Christmas morning, but thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for the donation. That's really sad. I've also lost a sibling, but I was super young in comparison. Super young. I lost a sibling when I was 2. So yeah. Damn. Fern Gully. AFC. Oh gosh. There we go. Is it true that Arsenal want Ndidi? It is. Why wouldn't you? Some of that Nigerian power. I see you're Nigerian too. So you already know. You already know what time it is. But we ain't got no chance. Why would Ndidi want to come to us at this point? Let's be real. Merry Christmas, everybody. Look at that. See, look, the chat room can be nice every now and again. Look at that. Look at that. Chat room can be nice. I got the best of Chig DVD for Christmas. But I don't want that. Kelechi would be happy if Ndidi comes. Listen, TD shifts. We've got a lot of Nigerians in our team, especially youngsters wise. Saka, Balogun, who you guys probably ain't even heard of. He's a striker. Got one more. James Onyeka. He's a midfielder who I think they rate him very highly. Central midfielder. So yeah, you keep a lookout. You know what we're doing with our Nigerians, yo. Play some reggae music on your channel. Well, it's funny you should say that, Fern Gully. When the chopping block comes back, you'll see some music, all right. Would I take Party? Yeah, we just need some midfield presence. And one thing I would say for him, I think there are better DMs out there, but we just need a little bit of bite in that midfield, and he'll bring that. So yes, Nketiah is Ghanaian. Yeah, who said Nketiah? Oh yeah, no, Nketiah is Ghanaian. He's Ghanaian. All right, guys, I am out of here. Thank you so much for watching. Almost 100 people at one point. Please do stick a like on this video. I always appreciate when you guys do that, and it helps the channel grow. Hit that subscribe button. I'll be back Boxing Day. Please, guys, once again, Merry Christmas. Please enjoy yourself. Always drink responsibly by never spilling a drop. Hit that subscribe button, and I'll be back Boxing Day, guys. Merry Christmas. Enjoy yourselves. Drink. Stay safe. I'm out of here. Peace. A-Town down.